a.m. I open my eyes to the pink neon glow of the rotating hologram rose that sweeps across my sleep-deprived face, its lighthouse beam entering the consciousness behind my focal cortex. It doesn't matter how exhausted I am, this waterproof rack ain't gonna be my pit tonight. The P model beside me is motionless, her eyes open, staring at the hexagon grid ceiling panel above our bed, our cradle of filth for the last 2 hours. As the pink light of the holographic rose sweeps across her perfect face, I feel a moment of guilt that I'm leaving. But I always leave. I grab my things, shaking off the acid rain yet to dry on my jacket. There aren't any shelters for Johnny cabs in the back alleys of Sector 5. "4:05 a.m.
That's 3 ether for the room and 2 for BA.
The madam doesn't even look at me. A thin wrist ID scanner ejects at the door. I scan my wrist, and the digital acknowledgement echoes within my skull.
Ether lost.
My automatic exit is the product of a lonely, overworked patriot. Depressingly, this entire kata is muscle memory now. 4:07 a.m. The silver guy never sleeps. It's too jacked up on the glee-infested folks who came here, originally to party but then decided to stay, probably forced to hide. A flash of greasy pink hair flicks in my direction.
Hey, sir, the secret police are everywhere. You don't want to let them catch you on this side of the guy. Don't you know there's a war on?
There isn't a war on, only a war on crime. The washed-up gleehead is referring to the cleanup process many of us at the CMPD are calling Operation Sweep.
They want everyone who came here thinking that their kind belonged to now get lost back in OI or be destroyed. No crime in CN. That's the lines they spin to Outer and Sidon and the fallen nations. No crime. Come to our center of safety and peace. Nobody breaking the law in CN. This might be the guy, but even here, they'll get you.
I'll take my chances all the same. In typical gleehead style, the goon carried on.
The cops love.
I stopped listening.
They understand that a young man
I
like
looked
you
down
can
at
get
the
his
LCD
kicks
panel of
somewhere.
my wrist ID.
Sergeant Beowulf, CTA, Sector Silver Guy, 0500 hours, report to IC Detective Court. Facility 9, Leather and Lace Emporium.
Just less than an hour before duty, I placed my hand into my inside jacket. My Mark I Viper, standard issue for a street cop, sits in its housing, trembling with the excitement that it might also get some action this morning. Korg in command? That's fire. Guaranteed. "4:50 a.m.
This bar doesn't need a new carpet, sir.
The mono thud of solid glass onto thick synthetic maple. The pour of the bright yellow Wisaki. I tilt my head back and think about the academy. One drink after class becomes an endless evening of booze and the occasional flesh connection in its aftermath. They told us we'd have it good once we reached our station. Easy times, respectful patriots, a life of service to look forward to, a golden age for Talon Co. and Civitas Nihilium. But that didn't happen. We graduated into a paranoid utopia. Dodgy PR dealings at the Citizen Registration Center got way out of hand. No crime in CN? The population of the planet flocked, as so did the underworld looking for a place to hide. And now this. Combat duty, every shift. Combat duty, out of shift. No rest, crime everywhere. The days of decay. I took the academy for granted. I'll take another. The door swings open. A hooded figure and a transhuman enter the bar.
Pull up a chair, escape all the noise of the guy, shake off that rain and relax.
They proceed to chit-chat with the barman while I wait patiently for my drink. I overhear.
Do you know a young woman who goes by the name of Brosa?
The Brotherhood member's long blonde hair trails like a dirty waterfall out of his large brown hood. These Duronic brothers are always after ion shards. They need the energy to communicate with their god. I feel the PTSD kick in from the terminal raid by these brainwashed scientists last week, so I disengage with the glass and re-engage with the Viper under my jacket. I got the jitters tonight. I stare at the bartender. The hood is removed of the Brotherhood member. Wait, is that the ex-mayor? The bartender tilts a look at me, meeting my gaze, but at the same time addresses the cultist. He passes the Brotherhood member a business card and the two men leave.
What is he doing in the Brotherhood?
I shrug to answer and bash my glass. One more. The bartender doesn't respond. He's looking kind of shell-shocked. I bash my glass again. Bartender, another Wasaki. The yellow toxic is overpoured and spills all over the bar and onto my lap.
What's the matter with you?
The bartender snaps out of his daze.
That was the mayor.
The ex-mayor. I had heard that he'd gotten into that Brotherhood bullshit shortly after crossing paths with the CMPD.
He had a gun.
What?
I saw inside his robe a Viper, one of the new ones.
.0457. I exit the bar as quick as I can, but I'm stopped in my tracks by BA, the pleasure model I just left over at the bot brothel.
You don't think to switch me back on before you said goodbye? I wanted to hear more about your mother.
Programming or not, the sophisticated approach of these synthetics had a way with their customers that was hard to ignore. Emotional leveling was something these bots were exceptional at, and I always fell for it. I have to go. I'm chasing someone armed and potentially dangerous.
Don't go.
A hand squeezes my bicep through my jacket. BA, this is serious. What that was, it was nothing. I know you're not feeling anything inside of you. You're just a synthetic. BA flinches. I try to ignore that I might have insulted her.
What if I was? You wouldn't believe me.
This P model is good.
This is our 24th meeting this month. Take me out of Nihilium, Wilbur. Save me from this decaying Civitas.
Maybe too good. My wrist ID vibrates. It's 5 a.m. I leave the synthetic prostitute outside of the bar with my head filled with torment. They know exactly how to get under their client's skin. A CMPD landing party blocks off the road towards the nightclub. No good trying to traverse the back ends of iron afterburners, I'll get fried. I need to find a better way through. Oh 05:13 a.m. I'm late. Approaching the entrance to the club, it looks like the entire CMPD is here, seemingly ready for a League of Patriots parade. What the hell is going on? I see Korg's air car touch down, so I make my way towards it. Combat drones? A crowd is gathering just outside, and the security drones that bounce at the club are hovering in a way that looks worried. Are we raiding? Is this a Brotherhood raid again? Korg sees me as he gets out of his car. This guy has seen better days.
Sergeant, glad you can make it. You armed?
Affirmative, sir.
Good. It's a standard gather-up search and book. I doubt there'll be fire tonight.
Just one thing, sir.
What is it, Sergeant?
I had put it through, but maybe you haven't seen. I saw a Brotherhood member, Mayor Pryder, head towards this location looking for someone. I have a witness report that states that this subject is armed.
Were you able to?
I wasn't able to get a wrist ID, but it was him. Not a twitch on Korg's face.
V7.
One of the combat drones disengages from the formation of 4 and hovers over to where we are standing. I notice from the corner of my eye several formations of drones with their respective officers and air cars positioned similar to us. In the Nihilium Secret Police Department, these tin cans always took the lead.
We have one possible armed and dangerous patriot inside. I want your drones loaded with shards. This could get messy. Proceed with instructions, search and tag.
Negative. We are awaiting further instruction from Wolf and Talon.
What?
One of the officers, a few formations down, shouts,
The drones have new orders, boss. Looking like this one is from the top.
Shit.
The bass thumping through the masonry is in time with the stress beats I can feel in my temple. Things are about to go down.
So what, V7? We just wait here till we're ordered to do something?
The drone turns away from us and heads back up to its squad. Korg looks down at his wrist display.
The tin can's right. New orders. Round up, scan, and arrest anyone inside the target location. He talks into his wrist. Give me football report on location 7 Sierra Golf. This is gonna be a long night.
300 souls and 20 synthetics.
Wilbur,
Yeah,
stay outside with me. Your IC-1 marksman defense. Got that?
Roger. Protect the senior police officer from gunfire coming out of the location. He must like me.
I'll take a starboard forward position.
Korg smiled a flat, emotionless smile. He reached for his holster and leaned over the trunk of his air car. A Mark III. Gotta get me one of those. I positioned myself into a combat-ready position on the other side of the car and look on as the drones enter the club.
Well, let's see if we can catch a few of these cowards.
I press the panel of my Viper's LCD.
Diver activated.
05:20 a.m. Minutes feel like hours through the sight of a rifle. Not a single soul has exited the facility.
Ground floor secure. Proceeding to...
Radio interference, loud piercing across the entire police network. All of the surrounding officers cover their ears as the amplifiers of their wrist IDs seem to change the channel and whistle out a screaming pulse of noise and distortion. Then, the sound of gunfire from within the facility. A sudden state of confusion floods the formations of police officers outside.
V7, what's your status? V7!
All of the surrounding officers follow suit in an attempt to contact their drone commander.
B4 status. 5. What's the situation inside?
B6, we can't hear gunfire. What's the order? We can hear gunfire. B6, B6!
Korg looks at his wrist ID.
Sergeant, new order.
Korg nods to his wrist. I look at mine. Then the speakers of all officers' wrist IDs, including mine, wail out.
Execute all souls and synthetics within Facility 9. Leather and lace QSTMP bystanders. Exit Silver Guy District before 0600 hours.
A direct order from Wolford Talon. Then more gunfire from inside. The large blue double doors of the nightclub spin open. A PD combat drone crashes out of the door and onto the steps. Several bodies in the doorway, civilian. You can just make out the Mayor Brotherhood member. He is in there with someone with blue hair, a woman. He's wielding a Viper and shooting at the drones. Korg turns to me.
We have to go inside. These are armed patriots. Let's go.
I nod, and we call the order for everyone to charge towards the doors.
Everyone get in! Everyone go!
get in! Everyone go! We aren't even inside until 3 large explosions erupt within our formation, sending officers flying. The heat of the fireball strokes my face. 3 mercenaries appear out of nowhere wearing gold. Mark I Vipers firing like crazy. I run to take cover. One of them throws a grenade. I'm knocked off my feet. A bullet hits my stomach. I see the arm of Korg fly past me. Oh, the sizzle of heat, followed by then the worst pain. I hit my head on the road. I try to move. I can't move anything. All I can do is stare into the cold night above me, my ears ringing from the blast of the grenade. Then I see it. Purple ion plasma bursting out of the clouds above me, a descending ship landing boosters on full. An ion transit landing just a few hundred feet away from the main entrance. The Brotherhood. All of the cops outside race to the sides in fear of getting crushed by the transit. The doors open and several members of the Brotherhood appear at the top of the transit's doorway, all in cloaks, opening fire on us. I am bleeding badly. I feel like I'm going. I manage to get an arm moving. I rub the blood and sweat from my brow. I still can't move a thing. I feel cold. The LCD on my wrist panel glows bright teal with the words Sergeant Beowulf, CTA, Sector Silver Guy, Talent Order, execute all souls and synthetics within Facility 9, leather and lace, QST, MP, bystanders, exit Silver Guy District before 0600 hours. I tilt my head back to the road. My stomach feels like a giant fishhook violently twists inside my guts. Pain is exhausting. I can't do anything but stare into the sky. Stare into the sky. A star. A giant blue star. I'm losing consciousness. Gunfire all around me. Someone runs over me, stamping on my chest. The police are retreating? The ion transit's purple plasma engulfs me again. It's taking off. Oh, I'm going. The blue star. It's bigger. It's larger than any star. I focus in on it. Breathe. Come on. A face appears in front of the star, hollow blue eyes, jet black hair. A woman?
Get up, Wilbur! Get up!
It's B.A.
She picks me up and slings me onto her shoulders, throws me into the back of an old ground car. She takes the wheel. I lay on the cold back seat. I watch BA drive. The car shakes from side to side.
We're heading for the Sector 5 tunnel.
Why? I managed to pull myself up. The tunnel's entrance dead ahead of us. I turn just as we enter the tunnel, peering out of the dirty back window of the ground car. A huge burst of blue light fills the silver guy. The light is blinding. We continue to enter the tunnel. Blinding blue light. I close my eyes.